On Wednesday, December 4th, Brian Thompson, the CEO of UnitedHealthcare, was shot to death outside the New York Hilton Midtown in Manhattan. And on December 9th, this man, Luigi Mangione, was arrested as the main suspect for the murder. Within less than a week, Luigi has went from being just an anonymous 26-year-old to being held in some circles as a hero of the American public. In today's video, I just want to talk about why the public reaction has been this way. So if you are not aware, the United States healthcare system is functionally broken. And I just want to read from a CBS article on this incident. Health insurance costs are far outpacing inflation, leaving more consumers on the hook each year for thousands of dollars in out-of-pocket expenses. At the same time, some insurers are rejecting nearly 1 in 5 claims. That double whammy is leaving Americans paying more for coverage, yet sometimes feeling like they're getting less in return. And this is really the main issue. Health insurance in the United States is something that you absolutely have to have. You cannot survive without it. However, if you actually use the thing that you pay for every single month, you will be penalized, you will have to pay extra, your insurance rates may go up. So why am I paying for this? This is the outcry, really. Healthcare is honestly something that in a semi-functioning modern society would be something that the majority of people do not think about at all. It should be on the same level as roads being paved. It's something that's either done privately or publicly or a mix of the two, and it accomplishes the task in a very reasonable fashion at not a huge expense to the consumer. That's the level where it should be. It is not at that level. In modern day America, it more and more feels like it takes an act of Congress to get anything from the health insurance company that you pay every day for. And this isn't something that's exclusive to patients. I have worked with several doctors and they are just as mad because, the insurance tells them, no, you can't do this surgery that you have deemed necessary. The doctors are really working for the insurance company, not the other way around, which brings up my second point. So if you are American, that last section where I'm complaining about healthcare was really unnecessary because it is just in the air that we breathe. It is just something that is ubiquitously known just how bad this is because everyone has had to deal with this. And something that I'm starting to see being played out in every aspect of our lives, from politics to business, is that these kitchen table issues, the problems that we deal with as a people every single day of our lives, are exponentially more important than any of these political buzzwords of the day. Most of the politicized issues that we deal with as a people in modern society are nebulous and far away. Foreign affairs are just that. They are not here. Most of the people who have opinions on things that happen overseas are just completely based off feels. This is no actual tangible thing that they're dealing with. This is just how they kind of feel based off the information that they get fed. And also, just because these issues are impersonal does not necessarily mean that they are not important or that they don't have any kind of effect or that any of these people are necessarily wrong, even though they don't directly deal with them. However, healthcare is not one of these subjects that has to have the asterisk besides it explaining all this. Everyone has to deal with this issue. And just to go over some of the fronts that this issue hits you on, you have the annoyance factor. You have to be in network if you want to use your insurance. So you've got to search around, and this may include you having to drive or go to a doctor that you necessarily don't want to go to because they are in network and it's the only option. It is also a huge money issue. It's to the point now where some people are working jobs just so they have insurance. And what is likely most important, it is literally life and death. You do not have an option if you want to go to the hospital. And I'm gonna go ahead and just put up that viral image of denied healthcare claims while I read from the CBS article. Aside from rising healthcare costs, many Americans are expressing anger at coverage denials, which an analysis in 2021 found impacted almost 1 in 5 claims. When you are paying for something and they don't give it to you and they keep raising prices, of course you will be frustrated by that. Noted Holden Carew, a software engineer who created a free service called Fight Health Insurance to help people appeal their disputes. Carew says that she came up with the app which uses AI to craft appeal letters after her and her dog's experience with insurance. More insurance companies are using AI to review claims and issue denials, which isn't always very obvious to consumers. The shift to AI-based reviews has sparked lawsuits against insurers, with UnitedHealthcare sued last year by the families of 2 now deceased customers who alleged the insurer knowingly used a faulty algorithm algorithm to deny elderly patients coverage for extended care deemed necessary by their doctor. And then it goes to say that many people do not know that you can appeal these denials, and also that the companies are deliberately using these denials so that they don't have to pay, because, just statistically speaking, if they deny enough of these, they would pay for less than if they had just, actually done the thing that they were supposed to do. Which brings me up to my next point. The victim of this murder is the CEO. And CEOs are not exactly riding too high on the popularity scale these days. And when you're the CEO of a healthcare company, this is honestly turning you into just default the most hateable person in existence. CEO is just frankly a position that is hard to quantify even in the best circumstances, even with the most charismatic CEOs, what you actually are bringing to the table for your average consumer. Brian Thompson in particular was a guy who was likely known by less than 1% of the healthcare industry, much less the general public. So when this event happened, he gave a face to this nebulous organization that, had been denying millions of people's claims over the years. I also just want to be completely clear, I do not know this guy. He may have been actually a great person, and the shooter may actually just be a nut. We really don't know at this point. The issue is this really has almost nothing to do with the actual particulars of the case. It has to do with the environment in which we live in. And as long as we live in an environment where this situation can be applauded, it will be applauded.